My name is Kelley Cheng. I'm a graphic designer because that's what I do most of the time these days. But really, I think I would still call myself a dreamer. For me, be it in design or photography, architecture, honestly, I mean, so much has been done. So much has been done. And what I try to do is that I constantly challenge myself as well, that how can I make this unique? How can I make this just that little bit of twist just to give it something a little bit more? So I guess that is also something that very much the philosophy of my design in this studio. I always say we design by distillation. We design by distillation because if you can make very, very simple elements work and make beautiful, that is the toughest, you know. It's just like a very good Chinese ink artist. You have one stroke, but that is 50 years of training to make that one beautiful Chinese ink stroke. So I strive towards that kind of thing instead of adding butterflies and birds and all that. The basic has to be really, really exquisite, which is why I'm very, very particular about typography. So it can be a very simple typeset, just A4, but we can make it look good, you know. And after we make the basic proportion and composition right, then that is where I said, how can we give it a little twist, you know? How can we maybe make the title a little bit different? Maybe I can sketch something here and then I Photoshop it in and all that. So this is very much the philosophy that I design actually. Yeah. Okay, maybe I will just start by sharing a typical day for me. I come to the office earlier than all my staff. I usually try to have a 5 to 10 minutes meditation just to clear my mind, and then I would plan the day. I mean, I would plan, look at all the jobs, like at which state they are at and all that. Look at all the deadlines. I have seven staff right now, including me is 8. So I need to plan what I'm going to go through with every of my staff that day. And then slowly when the staff start to stream in, I would go do my rounds with them. I would sit through with them, look at their progress of the design and discuss how to make it better and all that, and kind of like just keep the pressure on a little bit. So I will do my rounds, I will talk, and then by around lunchtime, I start to check my emails. And that's where the more administrative part of the day, you know, answering clients' requests, looking at requests for quotations, basically more business-oriented decisions. Should I take on this job? Should we quote? If we quote, you know, how much, where should we position ourselves? Is this job worth it? And all that. This is something that people don't often see. That is that you have to spend hours making decisions, you know. And there's just so much decision to be made. Well, I mean, most of the decisions are not life and death, but it does affect, for me, having built everything and having always been a very hands-on person. And I know that every decision counts. By the end of the day, I do another round with the kids, you know, so we would do some small treats. Sometimes we will have peanut, and we'll discuss, like, I would give them my comments, how to improve the design and all that. And by the evening, when the most of them go, that is when if I have some new jobs, I would do some sketching to conceptualize for the new projects. The next day, I would brief my staff on the concept, and then they would, you know, be my technician to put it together, and then we tweak it from there. So that's pretty much how my sort of routine, if you like. Okay, honestly, I think at heart, I really am a creative person. I wish that I don't need to deal with administrative, finance, and all these kind of things. I'm a hardworking person, so these other non-creative skills are things that I read up, you know, I learn, it's doable. I don't particularly enjoy it, but it's doable. So the most difficult part for me, if I do have a choice, is, you know, all this administrative and finance thing. I really, really wish that if I'm a slightly bigger studio setup, maybe I could hire someone to take over. But in a small studio, you always have this dilemma where you want a good finance person, they cost too much for you to justify a small studio of 8 people. Then you hire a lousy one, you might as well do it yourself, So it's that kind of dilemma. So I really wish I don't have to deal with administrative and finance.